Hey guys, welcome back to another episode on the Young Hustlers podcast. Today I have with me Bradley Jongo.
That's it.
Okay, and I'm someone who, first of all, I just want to say I would have loved to be here today. It's just that right now I'm in Kildare. He's back home in Waterford. It's grinding it out. I think it would have been a lot easier, for us to just record it here, but he's gonna be back on the next one. So of course, today I'm someone who definitely feeds off energy, okay? Energy is something that's big to me, it's huge, it's important. I remember going into the gym and Bradley was actually the one at the desk. And straight away, I just felt there was something about this guy. Because I was in a hurry, I couldn't really talk too much, okay? But while I was working out, he works at the gym as well. So while I was working out, he came up to me, we had a conversation. Straight away, he was giving off good energy. When you talk to someone for the first time and it just clicks, it just works.
Yes,
you get me? And he was able to tell me about his business. I was like, okay, cool. How old are you even? And he said
18.
18. First of all, look how look how jacked this guy is, and the guy is 18. Do you know what? I want you to tell your story. I want you to kind of tell me how you got into entrepreneurship and how you realized, this is the path I'm going to take and this is going to lead me to success.
Most definitely. First and foremost, thank you for that very beautiful introduction. I really appreciate kind words.
Of course.
It's important to be humble. I thoroughly love what you're doing at the Young Hustlers Academy, the Young Hustlers Pod. The day I met you, funny enough, before I get into my story, talk about you first. The day I met you, I was with one of my colleagues, and I told him, look, yo, bro, there's something about this guy, man. I promise on anything, bro. I said, look, bro, something about this guy. He said, I'm going to go speak to him in a bit because I have a feeling that something's up with him. They say that energy never lies,
Yeah.
So I was on reception. I went to go eat, and I came back. I was like, all right, let me roam around the gym. I seen him. He was doing incline pressing. When he finished, I targeted him. I introduced myself. I talked to him, and then straight away, the energy was right. Everything was set. Everything was set. I was giving him my blueprint. He was giving me his, and somehow we managed to have that hustler spirit. We embody that hustler spirit first and foremost. So yeah, again, I appreciate what you guys are doing here. It's all about giving back to people. So you guys are giving back in a way that may not be monetary purpose, that's still giving back. And it's something that should be regarded very highly. But me, again, my name is Bradley Jongo. I'm 18 years of age. And I'll just tell you through my story. We'll talk through my story real quick. So I was a footballer. Previously, I was playing football, and I had a major knee injury, and I've recorded this video on my YouTube. It's on my YouTube channel, and I described the incident. So I was playing a match, and I was running. My knee went one way, my body went the other way, and my knee popped out. Right, I always tell this story because it's all about getting that emotional investment. Whoever the listener is, whoever I'm speaking to, make sure that they understand where I'm coming from, so they can get an insight to where I'm going.
Yeah.
So I always tell this story. So I was running, my knee popped out. Now I looked down to my knee, right, and I didn't see anything there. It was gone. It was just like it was nothing was there, right. So the first thing I did is I screamed. My body went into shock. Now I was lying down on the ground, just couldn't move, and then ambulance came onto the pitch, called off the game. Next, they gave me the green whistle, put my knee back into place. But something happened. It wasn't moving. If it was just a dislocation, it should just come back into place, right? It wasn't come back into place. That was the problem. So they rushed me to the hospital. Got X-rays. They saw my knee was broken in different places, not just one, but bits and pieces all over the place.
Yeah.
So I got surgery. Instead of just being dislocation, I got surgery next day. Now, after I got the surgery, they realized not only did I break my knee, but I did my soft tissue and ligaments in my knee as well. So they extent the injury was worse than expected. So I was dealt a bad hand in this situation. I had to learn how to walk again. That was probably the most difficult period being. This is second nature. Come on, to be able to walk, And these are things that you take for granted. But anyways, I'm going to land and I'll tell you how it affected my life. So during this period of time, I was 15 years old. I was very arrogant. We all go through that phase. Before you reach enlightenment or whatever. I was very arrogant. I wasn't myself. I was always trying to fit in. And the truth be told, I never was supposed to fit in. That's when I only realized afterwards. I was never supposed to fit in.
Wait, but can I ask you what age? I understand you were playing football before. What age was it that you actually broke your knee?
15.
15.
Yeah, 15.
That's not too long ago.
No, it's not. It really isn't too long ago. And now that I actually speak on it, it actually brings back memories to the time and how it's crazy how this world works, man. How this life works. But yeah, at this period of time, I was stuck at home 2 months.
Yeah.
Just downstairs playing career mode, eating anything in sight. You know, it wasn't good for their health. Not only the physical, but the mental. Because look at the kind of stuff, the content I was taking in, everything has an effect on how you are. You know, you're only as good as the content you take in.
Yeah, of course. So
I was in a poor state of mind. Fast forward, about 7 months later, I started doing sports rehab, give them the all clear. When I was given the all clear now, I went back to football. I didn't enjoy it. So I was like, you know what? Maybe I have to stop doing this because this isn't satisfying my soul anymore. And I'm all about happiness and good energy and good vibes. And it wasn't aligned anymore.
Yeah.
Fair enough. So be so. God has a different plan for me. Okay.
And I think that's a really good point as well. You were able to recognize that this wasn't feeding yourself the way it was before.
No.
Maybe when you were playing before, this was. I remember at the age of 15, 14, whatever, football was a big thing for a lot of people.
All of us, bro.
You get what I mean? And I'm just happy you were able to recognize that, you know what, this might not be my calling. I don't need to put energy into that anymore. Not even as, I understand, maybe not even as maybe a career choice, but like, you know, I get where you were going with that.
Definitely.
Bro, go on.
Anyways, so I was given okay, nothing happened. So again, once this happened, what happened was I gained very poor eating habits. I wouldn't eat anything. I got really skinny. I wasn't myself. I was really lightheaded all the time. My aura was poor. You know how I'm very lively. I'm very. Even if I wasn't myself back, even if I was a facade and a persona, like trying to fit in, I wasn't still, and I wasn't even that.
Yeah,
you understand?
Yeah.
So my mom, you know how moms be, bro.
Yeah.
They see these things before they happen.
Exactly.
You know, and my mom was like, "You need to get into the gym." I was like, "This is the tone she used. Like, go to the gym." I was like, "Calm down. What am I going to the gym for? This is my mentality back then."
Yeah.
You see how I'm getting at? Why am I going to the gym? What's the importance of this for me? She's like, just go. I was like, all right, cool. So the first day I went, the rest is history. True fitness alone, right? I managed to change my ways of thinking, to gain principles of living. Okay, don't drink alcohol. Why don't you drink alcohol? Because I want to be a better version of myself. Don't take drugs. Why not take drugs? I've never done this, but why not do it? Because I want to be a better version of myself. Be kind to others. Why be kind to others? Because good things come to good people. You understand? Treat others with respect. Be grateful for life. Don't contradict yourself. Stay true to your own. These are just principles, just aligned principles.
Yeah.
True fitness, I'll be able to gain new perspectives. Okay, meet new people. But not only that, I've been able to mock up a brand that can potentially and will change the lives of millions of people. That way I see it.
Yeah.
Through the way we articulate ourselves, through what we stand for, just through that hustler spirit, you understand? So through all of this is just true fitness alone. I've been able to do all of this. I've been able to, realign my brain, rewire my habits, and I've just been able to be myself. Do you understand? That's the take-home message. That's just like the beginning of the story. And like I previously speak on the brand, the business. This is God's calling, because I always knew I was going to be. When I was younger, it's like these things speak themselves into existence. When I was younger, I always tell my mom, I'm going to be an entrepreneur. I'm going to buy you a Lamborghini. I'm going to buy you an airplane. I always just say these things.
Yeah.
Me being me, I thought I was going to come from football, but nah, God has a different plan for you. You just got to stick to that script. But anyways, that's just aligning the foundations of how these things happen.
Were you always an entrepreneur? I understand, like what you just said to me is beautiful. The way you had that crash in your life where it seemed like, okay, this was supposed to bring food to the table for me. This was supposed to bring money for my family, provide for us, football. But once that was taken away, like obviously you were in a dark place and your mom kind of navigated you, pushed you into fitness, pushed you into the gym, which is good. Shout out to her.
No, not only my mom, it's the dad as well. It's the parents. It's a collective.
Yeah.
Because my mom was enforcing that on me, but it's a collective. You know,
Of course,
You know,
of course. That's the importance of having good people
that's
around
it.
you.
Good people around you.
It's so important.
As I was saying to you before, you know, I think sometimes when people see the likes of me, you, or even just people who are so high up in the craft, they forget that these people have good people around them. Like what? Before I came here today, I was meal prepping.
Yeah.
My dad helped me finish my meal prep. My mom helped me make my chicken. I did the rest of it. I'm coming to this podcast, my mom helped me do my chores. Just because she knows I'm in work all weekend.
Yeah.
You see what I mean? People really don't forget that in order for me to perform at my high level, I have people who are working in unison with me.
Yeah,
you know.
See, that's really important because a lot of people now they're under this facade. They think that they have to be self-made. So they have this pride where they can't come to people for help. Do you understand what I mean? That is very
straight in unity.
That's a take home there.
Straight in unity, straight in numbers. What one man can achieve by delegating and coming together is greater than his own hustle can achieve. So make sure that you seek help. It's not a weak, it's a strength.
Of course, man.
But sorry, you were saying something.
So really I was just saying to you, like, coming from football, you realized fitness was something that you were falling in love with. It changed your perspective,
right?
Even the way you were moving with your life, your habits, everything
changed.
What made you like monetize it? What made you think, you know what, not only can I make money from this, not only can I build a business, a brand from this, like, what made you believe, yes, this is the choice, this is my path?
Right. So I got to align again another foundation. As you see me now, if you navigate on my social media platforms, I've only been training for 1 year and 8 months, right? I'm 18 years of age. I started training at 17, late 17, right? So what I managed to achieve just through discipline, consistency, self-belief, self-consciousness, self-awareness, what I've been able to achieve through these, things that line at the surface level is crazy. And sometimes I really got to pinch myself. I'm like, am I really doing all of this? It's like, you really got to so I've been, I said I've been training for that long, but people don't realize that I've actually been training through lockdown as well, I managed, bro, first of all, this physique is built through home. Because I've been only going to the gym for 1 year and 8 months, like I said, but we haven't been in the gym for 1 year and 8 months. You know what I mean? COVID. That's the very important thing, because COVID and this knee injury was the two best things that happened to me. See what I'm talking? Listen, the way I see life is all about perspective and how you view as a collective. The better you can look for the beauty in the struggle. What's the message in this? What is happening to me? I ask myself these questions, and always God used to just give me the answer in a different way than I expected.
That's important, because God will never give you something
you can't handle. You know what I mean? So again, these things really fueled my faith again. But these two specific incidents, because I was going ham through COVID, man. I was always reading books. I was only productive, man. So like, I would wake up, I'd eat my breakfast, I'd go train, body weight stuff. I'll be swinging on my backyard in the basketball net, doing pull-ups. See what I mean? Innovation, dedication. These things they stand to you. It's principles, a way of living. It's more than just fitness. It's a way of living. It's for your mind. That's why I'm able to train 6 days a week. But how did I cultivate the enterprise spirit from young? So originally, when I was about 13 years of age, I actually did a car wash in my state.
All the people I know that are into entrepreneurship now, into business, they always started from young. Whether it was selling something in school, it was, I
started the car wash when I was 13 years old. I went around, I made flyers, and dropped in behind houses. I was getting lots of calls. There was one day, I think I washed like 5 cars in that specific day. And now I was still football at the time, so I was fairly busy, So instead of me just hanging outside, roaming the streets, at this age, I was actually, even though again I'm not the person I was now, I am now, but I was able to realize, I can actually make money through this, So I made a good bit of money through that, and that's how I knew from then on, I don't need to get a job. I can do this myself. but the job would help. But I knew that I wanted to work for myself. All right.
But you know, you were 13, obviously. Like, how did even, you know, starting that car wash business, like, was it your parents that pushed you to it? Like, how exactly did you even come up with the idea? You know what? Let me do this to make some money. Like,
you know what? I'm not a material guy. Now I know you're into your fashion. I know you love your fashion.
Of course.
But as of now, I really don't like material. You know, I like to keep it plain and simple. If I could rock my brand, I'll rock my brand. Rep it everywhere. You know what I mean? That's it. I don't like, but back then the narrative was different. I wanted to get the newest clothes, the newest shoes, you know, the newest everything, so I could be the cool dude and fit into society's normals. That's what it was all about. And I saw that, okay, if I can do this, I could buy things for myself. My parents are gonna buy for me. They didn't. Again, it's that. There's a specific saying that Gary Vee always says about immigrant parents, you know, and he said that it's the best thing that you can do to have immigrant parents. And I say, I agree with that. And I know you can agree with that as well. Because the kind of mannerisms that they install in you, different, you know.
It sticks with you.
It sticks with you. You know, you may not agree with it at the same time, but later you might be like, yo, like this is aligning, you know.
Nah, we literally had this conversation because me coming from Africa, I would have values a lot of people wouldn't have here.
Definitely.
I would see a lot of opportunities that a lot of people who have been born, raised here wouldn't see, and that makes you kind of like stand out. So that's another good thing, man. See, you guys don't take advantage of your parents because honestly, they would instill in you different
kind of mentalities, you know. And you may not agree with it at the time being.
Of course, I was stubborn.
I was very stubborn, bro. I was going against they didn't want me to buy designer clothes. They didn't want me to, because at the time, bro, to get a North Face, the tracksuit, like 200 euro.
It's not even worth it.
It's not worth it. Like, why? Listen, this is a question for like, I'm not judging nobody. Again, the way I see God judges, I don't judge nobody. But it's a question for you to ask yourself, why am I wearing these clothes? Am I really fulfilling myself? Am I trying to fit into society? Just a take-home message for you to ask yourself when you're buying all these things. Can I do something better with this money? Can I invest this money into crypto? Can I give this money to my little sister? You know, different things like that. Instead of always being needy and in need of something that doesn't actually add value to your life. You understand? But anyways, I wanted to buy that stuff because, again, we're young, we're dumb, we're reckless, you know, arrogant, ignorant, arrogant, all that kind of stuff. And I managed to get all that stuff for myself, but the money was gone. The money finished, you know, because I spent it all. So I also had to learn money management. But anyways, that's what happened. That's the prime principle. How I managed to cultivate the spirit again is because, like you, I remember you were saying on one of your podcasts how you were, I think you were 18 at the time, and you were just going through Google, how can I make money different ways. I tried doing drop shipping, like when I was 16, I tried to do drop shipping, that didn't go too well. Learning curve, I didn't lose, I always win, bro. It's a learning curve.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Exactly. That's a good mentality.
I don't lose. I'm only learning. If something happens to me, I'll be dealt a bad hand. What can I gain from? What's the positive? The positive was I wasn't at the right stage. Everything had to be right. You know, I was at the right stage in my character development. Again, it's a story to tell. So I'm navigating you through the story. So I tried drop shipping, I tried e-commerce, those two failed. Right. Man, to be honest, man, this is just God's will, man. The way I've been able to mark this brand that I have now, that I'll tell you about now, is unbelievable. Right. Now this brand, I'll even whip up I gotta represent everywhere, man. You gotta represent.
The details, everything's gonna be in the bio, it's gonna be in the caption, everything. Check out his Instagram, all his socials, and his website as well. But go on.
Yeah, so again, it's all about cultivating that enterprise and hustler spirit. Now, as I evolved my character, as I began to keep training, I started to really look into enterprise. Because I knew, okay, I don't want to be an influencer. Why don't I want to be an influencer? Because an influencer is fake. If you look at the way I brand myself on my social medias or on Google, if you look at my name on Google, my Google SEO says influential. I'll tell you why that is. Because influence has negative connotations, such as, you know, it's fake. They're not authentic. They don't stay true to the I'm not. That's not me. You understand? That's not what I'm about. On my Snapchat, the kind of content I post aligns with my Instagram and Meta. It all aligns. That's what I'm about. I'm all about integrity and authenticity. So again, as I managed to mark this brand, you know, as I managed to evolve myself, this brand has been able to come. Now, what's Hustlers Unite? What's it about? You know, I was on a different podcast and the host actually just mentioned that term, Hustlers Unite. And I thought about it. Damn, that's a good saying, you know. 3 months down the line, I was like, okay, what can I do with this? I decided to give it meaning. So in the brand itself, right, there's a tree instead of an E, and that tree represents the spirit of a hustler, the swagger of a champion, soul of a butterfly. Now, what is the spirit of a hustler? That's that spirit that can't be knocked, man. You know. Again, you just don't lose. You know what I mean? You always learn. You're always winning. You don't. That's that spirit, man. You gotta cultivate that spirit. Swagger of a champion represents swagger of a champion. What does that represent? Endurance, man. How dedicated are you to your cause? You know. Are you willing to do the mile? Are you willing to go? Are you willing to run this marathon? Life is a marathon, bro. You know, you gotta stay true to that. Stay true to the game. You know, and. Soul of a butterfly, what does that mean? What does that embody? That just embodies hope and faith. So when you combine all of this together in unison, you get Hustlers Unite. So there's a lot of purpose and there's a lot of meaning behind it. And again, like a phrase, like the hustle never expires, because there's no expiry date to the hustle.
Of course.
You know what I mean? Again, how dedicated to you are you to your cause? So those are things that, you know, I always have to align when I'm, you know, branding it, marketing it, all of these things. I'm gonna make sure that people understand what we stand for. I'm always trying to create that emotional investment with anybody who's interested in what I'm doing. Understood?
Because even with the story, that's why I asked you at the very start.
At the very beginning.
What's your story? Because this could touch a lot of people. Not probably a lot of people have, you know, had some injuries where, you know what, they can't carry on the path they thought they were gonna go with. Now they have to look at something different. So that story would always resonate with someone.
Exactly.
You don't know who it's gonna resonate with. You don't know who's gonna touch, impact, and that's why we're doing what we're doing.
That's it.
You even said to me, aside from the business side of it, you're trying to build a community.
That's it.
You're trying to get people to join the movement. So how exactly, you know, are you trying to do that? And where is this heading? What is your purpose for yourself and also everyone in the community?
Right. That's a very good question. See, my purpose is to love and to inspire. I'm going to say that again. My purpose is to love and to inspire. Now, to love and to inspire, there's a lot of, again, it's something so simple, but there's so much to it. If you can, you know, spread that energy of good energy to anywhere you go, any room you go, you're going to affect people's lives. You understand? Inspire someone, that's the highest human act. The fact that I'm able to live through this purpose, it just speaks volumes for itself. Because these are things that, you know, I place on a pedestal. I place these things up there, so important to me. That's what success is to me. To live through your purpose. I'm grateful that I'm able to do this. I'm able to actually have an understanding of what purpose is and actually do it. You know, for my community, it's the energy that I give them. All I'm saying is whenever they buy a product or service, they receive that, you know, that a return on that emotional investment. You understand? So let's say they buy a program or, you know, a piece of clothing to be. You know, whenever they get something from me, they're tapping into our community. So it's a win-win situation. Because you've shown interest and you support the movement, again, the movement is based on, you know, it's built on integrity, authenticity. It's a really very strong culture, all about that hustling spirit, you know, that hustler spirit. It can't be knocked, you know. So that's what the community is built on, you know. Again, it's not to say that, you know, if you're not hustling, you can't be part of the community. It's like all about finding yourself, all about growing together. When I grow with me, you grow together. Like I always say, strength, unity. You know, so anybody who's always seen what I'm doing, just evolve yourself into what we're doing, because it's for everybody. You know what I mean?
That's one thing I can really respect about you, because I see building a brand, building something big, there has to be a story behind it, and there has to be a purpose.
Definitely.
You speaking about your brand, Hustlers Unite, it's more than just face value. There's a lot of it that comes with it. So
that's it.
people buying from you, people tapping into what you have, whether it's reading your blog, whether it's buying one of your programs, or maybe you've done personal training with them before, even having a conversation with them.
Exactly.
Straight off when I met you, I'm affiliated. I'm already in the community. I'm basically your dream customer.
That's it.
Okay, because I also share the same hustler spirit. I'm also into fitness. I'm also finding myself, I have my purpose. I'm heading to it. I'm trying to grow as well.
That's it.
So this is why it's funny, Young Hustlers podcast.
And you know what?
It all makes sense, man. I'm telling you, God does his thing.
Nah, he works in magical ways.
When I came up to Kildare, the amount of people, I think God is just sending people to me, because the amount of people I've met with the same mindset, the same, same drive, same energy,
That's
bro.
it.
That keeps me happy, man.
Does.
And I love when I see it. It has so much impact. It inspires a lot. You're 18, man. The people listening to this, you don't know who's gonna touch, man.
Nah, you really
I appreciate you coming out today.
No, listen, bro. Anytime. Like I said.
Another question I was gonna ask you. Obviously, you're a student.
Right.
You're an entrepreneur.
Right.
You work at the gym as well.
Work at the gym.
Bro, like how do you balance it on top of training, on top of assignments,
content?
Bro, how do you do it? Content, you have your YouTube channel, Instagram. How do you do it, man?
How I do it? See, the thing is, question: how dedicated are you to your cause? Are you willing to do what it takes for what you're trying to get to? Questions to ask yourself. When I ask myself that question, the answer is yes. So I'm able to my average day could be like, so I'm up in the morning 7 o'clock, straight to college. When I'm in college, I make sure I'm present, so make sure I pay attention on my lectures, do all that kind of stuff. When I'm coming home now, there's a good podcast in my ear. I'm always training my mind, because I feel that's important. Okay, I feel that's important to train your mind. Or just even, again, music. Music is something that allows me to derail a bit. But not just any kind of music with meaning. I mean, my Spotify Wrapped, Nipsey Hussle, I'm in the 0.0005% people who listen to him this year. I listen to Jay-Z a lot. I listen to old school music because there's meaning to what they're saying. They speak on things that people today just don't want to speak on. And therefore, again, I'm always training my mind to see new perspectives. So when I'm on my way back, I'm planning my content for the gym and how I'm gonna make content for today. What am I gonna do? Is it gonna be a picture? Is it gonna be a video? How am I gonna articulate myself today? I'm planning that kind of stuff out. Then I'm coming home to eat, and then when I come home to eat, I probably do some sort of assignment. After I do that, you're straight to the gym. When I'm in the gym again, I make sure I'm present. It's very important to be present, man. Okay, I'm dividing my time and attention to a lot of these different things, but when I'm doing it, I'm present. You understand? Give it all my energy. Then, when I finish training, I'm gonna pass out because I'm just always so tired. So again, I'm working like 4 days a week, 4 or 5 days a week. Monday, possibly Tuesday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Right. Friday for me is so hectic, but then again, I go to bed as soon as I come home from work, up in the morning, ready for the new day. It's a blessing, bro. I wouldn't have it any other way. God has given me the opportunity to hustle. I won't take it for granted. Many people, bro, listen, how can I complain when there's people in Africa who don't have clean water to drink? They don't have access to, the kind of resources that I have. How can I complain?
To the opportunities you have as well.
To the opportunities that I have, and I can continue to manifest for myself and through God's work. How can I complain, bro? You know what I mean? That's the way I see it. Anytime someone asks me how am I doing, I'm good, thank you. I tell them how I'm doing, I can't complain. Literally. Of course. So just instill that. Why are you complaining? Okay, you may not have what you want, but doesn't mean that. Do you see how I'm all around? I'm 258. You know what I'm saying? I'm dedicated, bro. Yeah. And people, and this is just me. And I'm not where I want to be. But I'm gonna keep pushing. Yeah. You know what? You see what I'm getting at?
I rate that a lot, man. People are blessed, but they don't count their blessings.
They don't count it. You don't count when you start to count your blessings, bro, you see how grateful you'll be, man. You woke up this morning, you're winning. That's it. First of all, you're winning the battle. You woke up in the morning, I'm alive, I'm winning, I'm healthy. Just because of that, I make an affirmation to myself, look, I'm gonna have a great day. And that affirmation carries value, you know what I mean? Because I'm speaking it. I'm going to make sure it happens. Because I'm speaking it. I'm going to have a great day. I'm going to have a great day. If you wake up in the morning and tell yourself you're going to have a bad day, what do you think is going to happen?
It's obviously going to be a bad
If you
day.
speak to yourself in a negative way, what do you think is going to happen? These things, look, again, your character. I always implement these strategies into my enterprise. You understand? Yes, how you are as a person reflects on everything you do, whether that be your training, how you, when you meet people, how are you, the business, everything. It carries its weight. There's some specific people I just cannot consume the content, even if I wanted to, because of what they represent. I always say it's everything's a game of content and distribution. You know, I cannot consume that content because it will have a negative influence on my ways of living. I'm so set stone in principles. I live by principles. I live by, you know, my mannerisms. I live by morals. You understand? And when I'm seeing people who are derailing from that, it just doesn't do me good by taking in that. It's either unfollow, you know, just don't look at the content or whatever. I'm just not. That's why if you look at people I follow, you know, or the people I'm influenced by, that I allow myself to be influenced by, the good people with great philosophical minds. For instance, Anthony Joshua, Nipsey Hussle, Jay-Z, Inky Johnson. These are unbelievable characters, you know what I mean? And the fact that I'm able to take in the content only means, again, whatever I'm doing, I can apply it to myself.
Yeah.
So that's another take-home message. Make sure that what you consume is of value to yourself. You know what I mean?
You've dropped so many gems. Right? You've touched on the importance of self-positive talk. You've talked about the importance of having, you know, good energy around you, what you're allowing yourself to be influenced by.
That's it.
It actually leads me on to the next question. Like, did you have to sacrifice a lot of like friendships or maybe family relationships just to kind of drop that heavy baggage on your back? Because you're someone who has to stay positive all the time.
That's it.
So you had to drop a lot of negative friends.
That's it.
So how did that impact you? How did that feel for you?
Listen, bro. Energy never lies. We have a different story. Everybody has a different story. Now, in the immigrant household, you know, there's always that ways of teaching that they always compare you to another being, and I just don't support that. And I tell you why, because nobody's built like you. You design yourself. There's a different story. Look at my story. Look at your story. How can you compare me to you? Two different people. You understand? So the what I'm trying to get at is that everyone has a different story.
Yeah.
And not everybody's gonna be with you on that same destination. I'm running my marathon, bro. If you judge me on lap 1, you're gonna be in for a long race. Cause I'm gonna be running laps, bro. I'm gonna be running them laps, bro. You understand? I'm running my marathon, bro. And if you're not with me, then you have to go. It's really like that. It's no disrespect, but the people who I would normally surround myself with, they understand that I'm running this marathon. Whether that they understand what I'm doing. Luckily for me, I didn't have to cut ties with nobody. You know what I mean? Let me phrase that. With my actual people, I didn't have to cut ties with them. Even though we may not be on the same wavelength, may not be the same form of thinking. What I do is to make sure that I can educate them.
Yeah.
Listen, this may not be what you want to do, but make sure you open your mind. Just don't stay in that same form of way of thinking. I always say, giving back doesn't have to be monetary purpose. Giving back can be wealth of knowledge. Giving back could be, you know, just strong articulation. That's a good way of giving back. So friendships, yes, in school especially. I just finished 6th year. I mean, by the time, bro, I think the last 2-3 months I was really heavy involved in myself, and the more that happened, the more certain relationships had to go by. You know, again, the energy doesn't lie. That's what I have to say. Now, with regards to household, it's only my actual family. It's only been like strengthened, man. Like they're seeing me do all this stuff, and they only can be inspired. You know. Like my mom, my dad, my little sister. I love that girl to death, man. That's my champion, man. You know what I mean? that's my superstar. I tell her all the time. Like my little sister, even my older sister. You know, growing up, I'm being a bit vulnerable now. But growing up, you know, I didn't have the best relationship with my older sister. But as time went on, you know, again, as I evolved myself, the relationship is just sparkling, man. You know what I mean? So I know it's bad in a way that you have to let these things go. But in the long run, I'm all about the long run, longevity. It's only gonna do you good stead.
Of course.
You understand?
Boy, this is inspiring me so much. You don't even understand. Guys, this is, bro. You're dropping a lot of gems, man. It's actually gonna be hard to even keep up with it.
Listen, you can't. I have a really bad habit. I always speak over people. Something I actually need to work on. Again,
say that again.
I have a bad habit. I always speak over people.
No, you're doing.
It's I know, but I always want to get what I want to say out. You know, it's self accountability. Something I have to work on. It will happen. You know, bro. I'm only 18 years age. You know what I mean? It will happen. But what what I want to say is that I always have a knack of doing this. Let's say I'm public speaking or I'm speaking. Someone could tell me that. Someone asked me, why does a drug dealer sell drugs? The question I ask them is like, have you ever asked yourself what kind of environment they're in? You know what? I always take things instead of seeing it for face value. I always try to tell them look deeper.
Yeah.
You see the environment they're growing in. What kind of hands have they been dealt? You know what I mean? So I always I'm sorry. Whenever I'm speaking to you, anybody who knows me on a personal level, you know that I always. A simple question can turn into a 30-minute conversation.
And bro, that's what I like. That's like me asking you a question. I'm trying to go deep into what you're actually about. I'm trying to learn more about your personality and what you're about. You're showing a lot of authenticity. You're showing a lot of purpose, bro. Like, it's inspiring. I literally had to like hold myself back down. Whoa, you're only 18. The gems you're dropping, like. A lot of people watching this now would not believe that there's someone who's 18 years that could, that
formulate these kind of things.
Exactly. You articulate yourself so well. You speak so well of yourself. You speak so well about people around you. Bro, like, I literally had to step back. I was like, whoa, this is different. I don't know anyone who's your age that's doing this, man. And I really, hats off to you, bro. Hats off to you.
You know what? Thank you, bro. I really appreciate. See, the thing about that is when someone gives you flowers, all I can do is say thank you. Just express gratitude. No need to just say thank you. It does. When someone says a genuine thank you, it does mean a lot. So like I said, I would like to say thank you. Now. Of recent, right? I remember, when after I met him, and see, the thing is, after I met him, this guy, after I met him, we went on a business meeting. We're discussing all kind of things. How he can be of service to me. Marketing, content creation, all of it. Crypto. I'm big into crypto. He's big into crypto. We just speaking on these kind of things. And. One thing I told him was that, see, the way I like to articulate myself on these platforms is really very thorough, authentic, and I'm really big on principles, like I always say. Now, Snapchat, you see the way I talk about my Snapchat. It's only recently I've really been able to show people my true character. Before I had a private story and I was posting everything there, like this kind of thing that just be myself. But I was like, man, the people need to hear this. You know what I mean? I'm too good for this narrow confinement, so I had to really like break this and be like, you know what, people need to hear me. I have a story to tell, I have a voice to tell, I have a brand to build.
And that takes a lot of courage.
It does take a lot of courage, but listen, I have nothing to fear, nothing to lose, and everything to gain, right? And I the way I had to post content on Snapchat is behind the scenes. So all that kind of stuff, just me being me talking about what I represent, all that kind of stuff, you know what I mean? And it really does, carry value, But that's what I'm always trying to show people. I might be a gym guy. I love the gym. The gym does revolve around me, right? But that's not what that's not all I'm about.
Yeah, it's a lot deeper than that.
I'm a very philosophical person. You know what I mean? I love reading books. I love educating myself, and I love giving back to people. Yes, I love training. I train 6 days a week. But that's not what I'm about. I'm an entrepreneur at heart. I'm a hustler at heart. I'm just not your average gym guy. I'm just not your average influencer. That's not me. You understand? And that's why I'm always trying to create that diversity, because I'm not with that. You understand?
Man, one question, because you are a gym guy. You're training 6 days a week.
That's it.
Like, how do you, stay in that mind of being, you know what, you're motivated. I know you've touched on positive self-talk. I know you've talked on, the fact that you acknowledge your opportunities on your season and you're taking it as a comes.
That's it.
Do you get me? But let's even come down to like, what's your diet like? How do you actually keep in shape? How do you get your mind and your body right?
Right, the mind right, like I said, I always educate my mind. Listen to your podcast. Shout out to the Young Hustlers Academy. That's free promotion there.
Bless, bro. Promotion of my own podcast.
Listen to your podcast. Listen to good podcasts. I read those books that you have lined up there.
Yeah, of course.
I read those books, but not only that. See, the thing about the thing you asked me about motivation. All I like to say, motivation is a feeling. Self-discipline is a lifestyle. It's a way of living. How, like, if I was on, listen, truthfully speaking, everybody listening now, if I was to go to gym every day as motivated, I'd only be in the gym like 3 days a week. That's the truth. Because I'm so busy, man. There's so much going on in my life. Even being here is taking time out. What I just came out of work, bro. You know what?
Of course.
You know what I mean? So I'm so like, that's what I mean. Discipline. So I want to say diet again. That word has negative connotations. With the term diet, right? There's some negative connotations. It means it has to end. You understand? The diet has to end. So the term I like to use in the terms of diet is good nutrition, because good nutrition doesn't have to end.
Okay.
It's all about longevity, man. Endurance, the marathon, no expiration date.
I didn't even know that. Now I'm not gonna say I'm on a diet no more. Man.
Exactly, because you're not on a diet. You're just following good nutrition. Why are you following good nutrition?
To be healthy.
To be healthy. Thank
muscles,
you.
Yeah.
Getting muscle, whatever. So my nutrition plan consists of I eat like 6 meals a day, very clean throughout the day, you know. Breakfast is oats, eggs, banana, pear, protein powder, blueberries, strawberries.
Six meals a day.
Probably in around 600.
No, you need to break everything down.
Alright, cool. After that, in and around 11 or so, I'll have it's like a snack for me. I'll have peanuts, 2 bagels, plain. In around 1 o'clock, I have my meal that I meal prep for the week. That can be chicken, veg, quinoa, 2 potatoes, meal prep, really good. About 2 hours later, I'll have protein shake, bagel. After that, I'll have like a lunch. It could be some veg, chicken, plantain.
Bro, it's the fact, no, because I know what you're doing. Because I went through this process before when I was bulking. Because I was mad skinny before. I had to put on so much weight, and especially I wasn't drinking protein. Like I didn't take any subs. So I had to eat loads. I was eating 6 times as well. So are you like in your bulking phase?
I don't bulk, bro. I've never bulked ever. I'm 92 kilos of lean mass right now. Honestly, never bulked, and I'm stay so shredded. I stay so lean. I do my cardio obviously, but again, the food I'm eating is so clean.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? This is just food to maintain my weight, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, that's cool. That's a good take home. You see, I'm getting free tips. You know, he sells this information. You're getting it for free. I'm getting it for free.
You know. Anyways, then as plantain, chicken, veg, potatoes. Then for dinner it might be like a salmon, more potatoes, rice. So just some sort of fish for dinner, because I'm getting lots of chicken throughout the day. I gotta change it, get some macronutrients from the fish, like omega-3 fatty acids, magnesium, stuff like that we don't get from normal food. So again, my nutrition plan is so detailed. Again, all this stuff is in my fitness blueprint. If you go on my website at hustlersunite.com, all of this is there. Everything is there, no stone left unturned. But again, that's how meticulous it is. That's the way I want to use it. Very meticulous. I really do pay a lot of attention to it. I do cardio. I do lift very heavy weights for fun. The gym is my battleground. The kitchen is my fortress. So yeah, it's good. It's good.
I love it. What are your goals for the next, your short-term goals for the next 3 to 6 months?
You know what, bro? The next 3 to 6 months is gonna be very, very interesting. Because see, I have the clothing line coming out now. Right now, like I always tell you, I'm working very diligently with my graphic designer, my video editor. We're working in unison. I always say it's very important. So what we're trying to achieve now is to get this clothing line out in the best possible fashion. So we're gonna make there's gonna be documentaries being made. There's gonna be lots of behind the scenes content being made. Again, just giving people an insight, let them see what's actually going on.
Yeah,
Storytelling. I'm so heavy on that, man, because I do have a story to tell, and I want to continue to tell it and show everybody the bits and pieces, every single bit of it. So we have lots of things we want to do. I mean, I have to go to different country, not going to say where, for the manufacturer, and again, these people the YouTube will find out, Snapchat will find out, everywhere will find out, sort the manufacturer, and then I got to go rent out a studio, get everybody with me, video editor, videographer, photographer, all of it, get some people who are going to model it, and then even before launch, there's still a lot of things that have to be done. There's lots of content that has to be made that's going to align with what we believe in.
Content is current.
It's current. You know more than anybody. You have a service that adds value to people's lives because of the way you can make content. It's so good how, I consume a piece of content and I'm like infatuated by it. You know what I mean? I might click on the link now, I might read the blog post and I'm like, damn. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So everything, like I always say, is content and distribution. So yeah, next 3-6 months, it's gonna be unbelievable, man. I mean, I'm just gonna keep killing the weights for fun. I mean, I'm not trying to compete. Anybody's wondering, I do not want to compete. I'm an entrepreneur at heart. I like looking good. I like taking care of my mind. That's why I train.
And if you'd love to see the journey, of course, he's gonna leave his Instagram, the socials, YouTube, everything's gonna be in the description, of course. And you've kind of like given them an insight. Like I said, the journey is there on his page to see. You've given them an insight on the short-term goals. What's your long-term?
The long-term, bro, it's the brand. It's Hustlers Unite. What we aim to do. I mean, there's no ceiling on what I'm trying to do. I always say that. See, my problem with most fitness brands is they always shoot themselves in the foot when they make a name. i.e. Gymshark. No disrespect to Gymshark. See what I'm saying? Gymshark. What's the ceiling? Gym. What's Hustlers Unite? You can't see it. Listen, bro, I want to open up network centers. Network centers for why? People in underprivileged areas so they can come together again in unison and learn new skills. Branded Hustlers Unite. I want to have my own gym, I want to franchise it all over the world. That's part of fitness, but that's okay. I want to tap into as many industries as possible. I want to direct movies, I want to possibly even be an actor. I want to write my own book, again, aligning the story when it's all said and done. You know what I mean? I want to write my own book. I want to tap into as many industries as I possibly can. I want to continue to grow my network, and I want to get as many people's lives to be influenced the right way with this brand. Do you understand?
Yeah, bro, I love it. I love the vision, I love the purpose, I love the movement, man, bro.
One love.
Like, you're the description, you're the identity of what a young hustler is, and that's what this podcast is about. People like you inspire me. The fact you're 18 still blows up my mind, because a lot of people, the stuff you do, they think it's so far-fetched. They can't see themselves either doing it, or they can't see themselves, interacting with someone like you as well. And that's one thing I can't wrap my head around. Why do you think it's so hard? Why do you choose to suppress yourself and confine yourself in a box where you don't believe you can, go anywhere?
But then again, you see questions, because you see the way I've aligned the vision for you. Now we're visionaries, you understand? Not everybody's gonna see what we see, but this comes through evolving yourself, again, all the things that we do outside of our craft, you know what I mean? But it's a good question. Again, if I was to ask myself that question, why am I so negative? Why am I so... It's the environment, bro. It all stems back to the environment, the influences, like I say. What content are you taking in? What music are you listening to? What food are you putting into your body? You understand? These things play such a big part. I was listening to something the other day, and it was speaking about, how God can gift us something, like, let's say he gives us a talent, and how we utilize that is our gift back to God. You understand? So it's that mentality of being so trapped in your environment. I don't believe in that anymore, because I'm a product of League Slip, you're a product of Waterford, but somehow we managed to become visionaries. You understand? So that's the way I like to look at it. I rather not known as a product of my environment, but an environment of my product, because there's good and bad everywhere you go.
Of course.
You understand? But it's all about how can I change my destiny through my habits.
Of course. Oh, that's a good point. Nah, this is crazy, man. This is crazy. So what would be your advice to someone, maybe whether or not they've had the same problem you've had, like maybe they had an accident in the past, or maybe somebody who's trying to figure out what their purpose is.
Right.
What would be your advice to a young hustler that's just trying
Okay,
to
a young
figure out what
hustler,
he's doing?
right? Be yourself. Nobody's built like you. I'm talking to you. Yes, you. Be yourself. Listen, it takes courage to be yourself. It's one of the hardest things to do, especially in this society. People are gonna judge you. You know, people are gonna laugh at you. People are gonna mock you. But those people are not gonna pay your bills. Those people don't see your vision as well. So stay true to that. That's one thing. That's the first thing I have to say. Second thing I have to say is that, you know, just gotta cultivate that spirit. You know, no one's gonna do it for you. No one's coming to save you. You gotta cultivate that spirit. You know, if I could tell someone I just think it's so important that people can just realize how much good they could do. You know what I mean? I mean, one man cannot change the whole earth, but he can play his part.
Of course.
He can leave his legacy. He can plant his seed. You know what I mean? For someone else to pick up on and plant their seed, it's a constant domino effect. You know, I'm giving you the blueprint for you to go give someone else the blueprint. But then, you see what I mean? So, just be yourself. No one's gonna come and do anything for you. You have to go out there and make your movement. You gotta put your stamp on this. You gotta put your authority on this. Because no one's gonna do it for you. That's what I have to say. Be yourself. Embrace your journey. You understand? It's gonna be highs. It's gonna be lows. You know, I've been dealt some bad hands. But I just continue to play my cards. You know, I've been rolling on sixes recently. You see what I mean? So again, God's work. And God's work and my hard work too come together and make a good thing. Embrace your journey, you know, stick to the script, man. Just stick to the script. I'm giving you the blueprint so you can actually take the blueprint and apply it to your lifestyle. You understand? Follow that blueprint, because I followed it and look where it's got me. You know what I mean? I may not be the highest, but I'm getting there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Stick to that script and continue running your marathon. Again, like I always say, if you judge me on lap 1, you're gonna be in for a long race. You understand? So I'm just gonna keep running them laps. So again, and I tell you one thing again, the highest human act is to inspire. So if you can do something or say something to someone who, you know, it can encapsulate them. What you're only doing, the more you give back, whether you're religious or not, the more you allow the universe or God to create space for blessings to come back to you. So make sure that you continue to give back. It's all fun and games having all the money in the world, but who are you going to share with? See what I mean? Give back. Those are just some take-home messages I have to say. But yeah, that's it, bro.
No, I hope everyone that actually tuned into this podcast had a pen and paper with them, because now the amount of gems that were dropped in this episode, with that being said, honestly, a big thank you to Bradley for hopping on this pod today. We know, like, he's been mad busy and everything. A big shout out to him. So obviously, would you like to drop your, you know, socials and everything?
Instagram handle, my name, Bradley Jungle. Website, Hustlers Unite. Listen, remember the brand. This brand's your kids are gonna be talking about this brand, all right? So remember this brand, because this is gonna change the life of many people. YouTube, Bradley Jungle. Facebook, why am I saying Facebook? Formerly known as Facebook, now known as Meta, Bradley Jungle. And you know what? Join a community. Let's continue to grow and aid each other. You know, I always big on helping people. So you know, if you can take anything from me today, help somebody. Yeah. One
Big shout
love
out to you, man. Big shout out to you.
One love, bro. Bro.